Hi, my name is Mike Marano. I'm an architect and founder of Schemata Workshop. We're an architecture practice located on Capitol Hill. Welcome to the studio. My partner and I co-founded the office in 2004, graduated back in 1993, finished up after about 11 years with some other offices in both Chicago and Seattle. I had a chance to experience a large multidisciplinary practice in multiple offices out there and here in Seattle, and had a chance to open up our office subsequent to that. My partner and I have had a chance to work in some pretty advanced offices with very advanced technology over the years, and that gave us a sense and a taste for an organized firm and the tools and techniques and support that a large firm has. When we opened up our practice almost 15 years ago now, we had the interest of having some similar tools and support for the work that we were doing at the time. Opened as just 4 of us at the time, we're 14 now, but the technology that we've surrounded ourselves with has allowed us to deliver really high quality products to our clients. My favorite types of projects are the ones that improve the public realm. So, those spaces that we share with all of us. So we're working on a project nearby we call the Capitol Hill Transit-Oriented Development, which is above the light rail station here on Capitol Hill, but it's an expansion of the adjacent park. So a chance to put 4 new buildings surrounding this multimodal transit hub in the heart of Capitol Hill. It's a project that we're very excited about. We started off having an in-house server when we opened up the practice 15 years ago. So, fairly typical at the time. We had a server, we had individual desktop PC workstations that everyone had. That served us well for a while, and eventually I found this opportunity to look at the cloud. And ATI approached us in this idea of using Amazon Web Services and the technology that afforded us via the cloud, the ability to have a high computing power at each and every workstation that was independent of the actual PC that you were sitting at. The virtual machine allows us to have so much access to so much technology and to do it remotely, anywhere. It gives our staff a tremendous amount of flexibility from where they work, whether it's on site, at home, just the ability to be anywhere and have access to the full system here in the office. Most of the software that we're using is related to either Autodesk. So Autodesk has a 3-dimensional building information modeling program called Revit that we've been using really since the outset of our company. We were one of the first to use it to really its fullest, and one of the smaller companies to do so at the time. It's become very common these days. So the other technology that we're using, the other applications, Adobe products, InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator. I have a tablet that I use Adobe Draw with. Find that it's kind of old school in the sense that I can just draw, but it gives me the technology of having a vector graphic that I can do anything with. The opportunity to have our cloud-based server provide the capability at each and every desktop to be a workstation. It's allowed us to keep some of our PCs at the physical stations going longer than we might otherwise. So, what we have access to now is the highest performance equipment and access and technology that's out there. And I appreciate not having to upgrade individual workstations to keep up with the technology. We have ATI and AWS kind of doing that for us. The technology is there, they're able to upgrade as needed and as things become available, but the access we have to performance and the memory capabilities has been pretty astounding. It's interesting, even using Adobe products, things that tax the server to some degree in the past, things are far more reactive and everything's faster to access. So in this case with the cloud, the costs are actually amortized over a period of time, which turns into the contract that we have with ATI. So there's not actually this huge expenditure that we have on an annual basis when we need to upgrade our servers or upgrade an individual PC at someone's workstation. We have the ability to look and to plan for ongoing costs. Our IT costs are very distinct and they're very discrete on an annual basis. On a monthly basis, we know what we're paying. Where it fluctuates is the amount of storage space that we have. With the cloud, we found that there's a tremendous amount of opportunity, especially around, well, an example of that is a punch listing, which is a process by which the architect will go around with the general contractor, review a project. After it's been complete, it's hit substantial completion, the contractor thinks they're generally done, there's a few things to wrap up, and what we do is we take a tablet around with us using a software called Bluebeam, which allows us to go ahead and mark up the drawings. We can actually take pictures in the field of the things that we're seeing, add notes, and the contractor appreciates it because we can give them a complete list of everything that needs to be done. The transition was pretty seamless. I mean, honestly, we got together, ATI came up with a list of processes that had to be done, and kind of going ahead and kind of identifying all the users in the office and what they needed on their virtual machines. So we had a chance to vet that before anything actually took place. Periodically, I have other small offices coming to me asking for, what is the technology that we're using? Who's an IT consultant I can recommend? And just this idea of even using this old school approach of an in-house server, it just feels really outdated. So, when someone comes to me and they're asking me about this, I explain to them what we're doing. So my name is Mike Mariano, partner at Schemata Workshop. Thanks for joining me today here in the studio, and you can find us at schemataworkshop.com.